Hey, can y'all hear us? If you can't hear us, say no. If you can hear us, put thumbs up in the air.
We should be good.
We're good.
You can always edit that first part out, right?
Did they hear anything?
That first part they didn't hear.
Okay.
So we're gonna run it all over.
Yeah.
All right, take two and action. Yo, once again, welcome back to another episode of the Coffee and Cognac.
Welcome back, y'all. Episode 5.
Episode number 5, man. Hey, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be here with us, and we appreciate that.
Absolute pleasure.
I am your favorite Uncle Coffee. This is
Cognac.
Man, how y'all doing out there? Hey, look, man. The first 4 episodes, man, you guys have been doing great numbers, man. Every week, our numbers are going up higher and higher. Man, please continue to share it. Please continue to like. Please continue to comment. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Man, check us out on all outlets. Send them to your friends, family members, nieces, nephews, pastors, whoever, man. If you think this word, is good and it'll help somebody out, please spread it out.
You know the crazy part? We just started doing this off the conversations that we have every weekend, every time we see each other, right?
Yeah.
So we got up to 4,000 views.
Yeah.
Last week, somebody liked it.
Yeah, last week 4,000 plus.
Mm-hmm.
And the reels we're putting out,
Mm-hmm.
a couple reels hit 7,000-8,000.
Okay.
So man, that's love right there, man.
Love, man.
And we're beginners,
Right.
Neither one of us got experience in it. So hey man, we thank God for what he's doing. Man, last week we met some fans from Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Keep spreading this thing abroad. Let's go to Africa. Let's go to Mexico. Let's go all over,
Please.
Keep pushing this thing out like we do every week. How you doing, man?
Man, how are you?
How was your week, man?
Slow motion. Glad it's the weekend.
Definitely.
I'm glad it's the day we get to do what we want, and now we have to.
Yeah.
That's my week in a nutshell.
Pretty much mine. Me over the road, happy to be back home, chilling, relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have to be in no customers' homes, So I'm happy to be here today. Happy to be here kicking it with all you guys. Hey, look. You see, I got the lavender popping out. Got my cup matching the outfit. Looking real tight. Shoes and socks. Last week I told y'all if y'all out there, y'all see some coffee mugs, tumblers that you guys think I would like. If y'all see some cognac for this man right here,
Or tequila.
hey, look, we're such good guys. We're gonna allow you guys to purchase those items for us, man. Mail them to us, man. We're gonna show them out here in the world.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, let the world know what our fans,
Why not, man? Well, let's do it.
think of us. So first thing last week, I was like, yo, y'all see some stuff? Hit us up. So dig this. One of our fans, man, they saw these out here, got me a mug, got this man a cognac glass. Appreciate the love, man.
Love.
Then I was in Columbia, South Carolina, and this young couple over at Miss B's Soulful Kitchen Cafe recognized the show, man. They gifted me with a mug right here. Appreciate the love there. And then we got the homie Woody out of Las Vegas. I put this on Facebook the other night. I was like, man, somebody tell me where I can get this at. He found it, I believe, on Amazon. He made the purchase. He was like, man, shoot me the address. Got it yesterday. So look, man, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Real big, man. So much love from Coffee and Cognac, all right? Oh, today, no. Let me tell you, Thursday I was in Savannah at the Nike store. I was on the phone talking, and a guy overheard me, was asking me what's going on. I was discussing the Coffee and Cognac podcast. He wanted to know what it was. So, me and him sat down and kicked it right there in front of me, man. He liked it, subscribed, whatever you call it. He following us now, and that's the homie Lee out of Port Savannah. My man much Lee. Love to you and your family, man. Lee. Beautiful family, and I love that, man. He was out there shopping with his family, his wife and his kids. Beautiful. Also today in Starbucks, met the homie Javon from Bridgeport, Connecticut. No, real cool dude, man. Said He was going to go home. They was going to watch the podcast today. So much love to everybody showing us support. Once again, our sponsors, we got the Bishop Brew, Bishop Terrence Reed and his coffee, man. Much love to you. We got Candy Curls with the hair product. If you're having a hard time with your hair growing, try some Candy Curls.
Kim, I need you to make something special for me. I'm struggling, baby.
It's going to bring your hair back to life. Now, we're calling these things out not just to be calling them, but look, man, hit Amazon, hit Facebook, man. These, go ahead and purchase your bag. The coffee really is good. The hair products really are good. We got the nephew Braxton with Chateau Cafe. They're in the kitchen today cooking. Today's special is bell pepper stuffed with like seafood, sausage. They're doing wings on the side. Hey, go to Chateau Cafe. You can go to Braxton's page on Facebook. Show love. So we got the food covered. We got the coffee covered. We got the hair covered.
Yeah, we got everything covered.
So now we got to get some sponsors for the cognac, man.
We're going to do that. So when we first made this page, y'all, we made it as only one person can get really the full effect of it. But the time limit is almost up. It was 60 days, correct? 60 days. So in the near future, you're going to see me share and go live where my people on my side can see it, because we need that too. I know we sharing the live, but I'm going to actually come live from mine so we can do it like that. So y'all just be cool, keep some love. Kenny Carter coming through. All right?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, shut the door. Shut the door.
We need 40,000, y'all. That's how we going to get started. We need 40,000. Y'all know where we coming from when we say that.
Hey, we did about 4,000 plus views last week. If we could get every viewer out there to send $40, I think we'll make our mark. Close the door.
Who's going to send that $40 for real? Shit. Need that check so we can do what we want to do and not we have to do.
Hey, let's jump into today's topic, man. What made you leave the church?
Oh, wow.
That is a good one right there. What made you leave the church? I noticed since the pandemic, 2020.
This is going to be a good one right here.
The congregation numbers have been getting smaller and smaller. When the pandemic hit, there was no in-person. So a lot of stuff was done virtual via Facebook, whatever social media site. And when they opened the doors back up, a lot of folks decided they was going to stay home. And they would do church via Facebook, YouTube. And then some people just said they wasn't doing church at all. So today we're going to discuss what made you leave the church. Now, here's the thing right here. We are not here to beat down the church. We're just here to discuss what made you leave the church. You want to jump into it or you want to take some comments?
Let's take the comments.
Let's take some comments.
We can always
come with what comments we got from the question we posted?
Leadership.
So actually, how many was on leadership? Was it one or two?
Two.
Two.
One of them just said leadership, and one of them broke down leadership.
Okay, so you want to go jump into leadership?
Let's do it.
Leadership.
Let's do it.
You want to go first?
Yeah, leadership is nothing that's given to the weak. It's the word itself is a broad word with many different meanings.
Yeah.
You can lead in so many different ways.
Yeah.
You just have to be authentic with it. You got to come from the heart. You got to do it. Since we're talking about church, you got to do it from God, man.
Yeah.
No ulterior motives. Ulterior motives happen out here in the street. We can all do that. But it's like, this place is supposed to be sacred.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're supposed to take this, as a real job. You know what I mean? No friends, none of the extra stuff. Just doing your job that God called you to do.
Yeah.
All that fall under leadership. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. One of the scriptures, it says that God says, I will give you pastors after my own heart. So now when we're talking about the church and we're talking about leadership, are we just dealing with the pastor or are we dealing with the pyramid?
We're dealing with the pyramid.
Because when you're dealing with leadership in the church, you have the ushers, you have the deacons, the ministers, the elders, and you have the pastor.
we're dealing with people at the same time.
That's it. We're dealing with people.
Yeah, we're dealing with human beings.
So leadership, even though it all falls under the pastor, there could be some ushers that's running people out of church.
Mm-hmm.
There can be some deacons running people out of church, ministers that think they're the pastor running people out of the church.
Shit, it can be people, what they call lay members.
Lay members,
people out of church. Everybody can run somebody out of church.
Yeah.
Right.
So as a leader, let's just look at it like this. The pastor of a church is almost like the president, because under the president you have government, you know.
Right.
And just because something is happening here in the city of Atlanta, it does not mean, and we're just going to use for right now, that Donald Trump is a bad president.
Okay.
You know, so we can't just throw leadership out there and hit one thing, you know. But let's just say, for instance, people are talking about pastors. Give me an example of a bad pastor that in a bad leadership.
An example of a bad pastor telling me what to do and your ass doing it. That's the definition of a bad anything. So we listen. Do as I say, but not do as I do. That's crazy to me. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, dude, we all men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you mean? Like, you know, making me feel like I'm the worst.
Yeah.
You're doing the same shit. I just do it better than you do it.
Yeah.
And you recognize that.
Yeah.
So now Sunday you go to direct the sermon directly toward me, bro.
Yeah.
That ain't right. Because
So,
you know we was at Quick Trip, you wouldn't be doing that right now.
So a pastor throwing words from the pulpit, but it's not a life that he's living.
Right.
You know, so yeah,
or she.
He or she, yeah.
Which is crazy to me, boy, or she.
Yeah. So a pastor not living up to his calling, is disgusting to you.
Yeah, hell yeah. No pun intended.
So so number one thing for people out there, other than Jesus, no pastor is perfect.
None.
So we need to understand that right there.
None.
Pastors fall.
They are people.
Just like lay members fall.
Absolutely.
Pastors get into trouble just like everybody else.
Absolutely.
You know, one thing I don't like, and I'm going to take up for leaders, just, you know, right here. Church members, don't ask your pastor to do something you won't do. You know, because we can't say the pastor saying do what I say, but not as I do. But that also goes for the church member. You know, you want a pastor that walk upright, then look, I need you to walk upright. You want a pastor that study his Bible? Well, I need you to study your Bible. You want a pastor that has a relationship with God? Well, I need you to have a relationship with God, because too many times in the world today, the people want the pastor to have a relationship with God, but they don't want a relationship with God. That's why the pastor can preach a powerful sermon on Sunday, and yet the members are calling him on Monday saying they need a word. It's because they don't have a relationship with God.
That's crazy. That's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
So let me take it this route. Regardless of your denomination, your religion, this, that, and the third, I think it's the biggest piece of bull that ever existed. Because all this is designed to do is divide people. You know what I mean? Oh, he an atheist, or he a Christian, he a Muslim, he a Jew, and now we can't come together to make something happen. Nonsense.
Even just dealing with the Christian part of the division, I said, you got Baptist, you got Pentecostal, you got Apostolic, you know, the 7-day Adventist.
And all this stuff is not of us.
Not of us, no.
All this stuff was given.
Yeah.
The truth, you know, a lot of times the people leave the church because they get to studying.
Yeah.
And I ain't lying. When you read, better yet, when you comprehend with a sound mind coming from God, and you read, you comprehend, you start to understand, like, hold on for a minute, bro. This ain't naturally mine. This was passed on to me. When they destroyed my essence, built me back up, and made me who I am. They gave that too. So, yeah, it's a control factor, no doubt. You know, because again, all they do is separate people.
It separates people big time.
You know what I mean? So,
you know, even when so we discussed with just to being under the Christian umbrella, the different denominations you have, but even churches in the same denomination, it causes division, because it gets to the place where my church is better than your church. My pastor is better than your pastor. Our choir is better than your choir. So it's division all through this.
Right.
So the reason to leave, you know, some people have left churches because they're tired of the division and not unity.
Right.
You know, truth of the matter is, I have my house over there and you have your house here, but my house ain't better than yours. Your house ain't better than mine. We're here together.
That's a lost art in society. People don't understand how to appreciate what they have versus looking at what the next man have. You're gonna be sorry.
Yeah,
you're gonna be sorry. Go ahead.
All right. So once again, let's deal with this leadership thing. People. All right. So you're not a child, and I'm just like dealing with grown-ups at church. You are not a child. This man that you came to hear, this pastor, yes, he's the shepherd of that house, but you're not a child. You know right from wrong. You know,
we pray you do.
We pray you do. We pray you have a sound mind.
Can I say something?
Go for it.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, go for it.
They are children.
To an extent, I see where you're going. Yeah.
You know, like you said the other week, you said, man, look, I was going to church, but I wasn't in church. Something along them lines. I wasn't expecting to show myself approval. I was going off everything he said.
Yeah.
I had a level of trust that he was sent by God to guide me, whatever the case may be. But then I opened up my own mind. And I started to comprehend for myself. That's a great gift to learn to comprehend. Reading is one thing. Comprehending is another.
Big time.
Understanding is everything.
Everything.
You listen for understanding, you're going to always win.
The Bible tells you about wisdom and knowledge, but it says, but in all thy getting, get an understanding.
Yeah.
You know, and even when I said that, I wasn't trying to put anything on the pastor or any leader at that church. You know, I was accountable for my actions. Yes, I was in church, but I wasn't there. Wasn't blaming nobody. Was blaming myself for my actions and where my head was at, you know? So we need a lot of these people out here that's blaming leadership for stuff. You have to ask yourself, where are you? What are you doing? That's just the half of it, because the flip side to it is leadership is a big part of why people are leaving, because the truth of the matter, there's some bad leaders out here.
Absolutely.
There are some bad leaders out here.
Bad is a broad word. It's selfish.
Selfish. Jealous.
Jealous.
Yes.
Crooks.
Yeah.
All that.
Whoremongers.
All that. She might want to be on the street. Shit, don't hide behind God, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it's true. So let's deal with that right there. Being called a man of God, but living the life of a hustler, you know, how is that possible? You have to be immature, because like I'm at a place right now in my life where I don't play with God. If God didn't say it, I'm not telling you he said it. If God didn't tell me to go, I'm not going. I'm comfortable being where I am, you know, and I'm comfortable with my relationship with God. I'm not going to lie to the people just so I can grow and have a mega church. You know, I'm not going to lie to the people just so y'all can like me. You know, I'm not going to lie to you just so I can get your money. You know, I am very cool where I'm at right now. So let me give you a good example of when I say bad leadership. This thing bugs me, and I've been talking about this for years. A member at the church needs help, financial help. Now, it might not be a big church, but they go to the pastor and say, hey, pastor, you know, my rent is due. Can y'all help me out? Pastor says, well, the church really don't have it, but what we're going to do is we're going to pray for you. And you have to trust God and believe that he's a provider.
You about to get evicted.
Right?
Yeah.
Sunday morning service come, offering time, the pastor gets up and say, we didn't raise enough money. I need y'all to dig deeper. Why is it at that moment the pastor doesn't say, we need to pray and we need to trust God that he's going to make a way? Why is it that when the church needs help, we need you to go in your pocket, but when the people need hurt, we need to pray?
I can't answer that. I'm not trying to diss nobody on this line. I could answer it, but I'm not trying to diss nobody. That's a hell of a question. Maybe somebody can tap in on the live and answer coffee question, but I'm gonna leave that one alone, Black. But I'm coming back to it later on down the road. But right now,
we're dealing with that Sunday after Sunday, city after city, state after state, where the people need help, but the church is not there to help them but the church needs help and they're going directly to the people.
In terms of finances.
Yes, in terms of finances.
Okay.
I've heard it in church where they said that if it don't meet your need, then it must be a seed. Meaning if your rent is $1,000 and all you have is $500, well, it ain't meeting your needs, so you might as well sow it into the church. I've heard that on many occasions.
Let me say something real quick. So I'm gonna go in a little bit about what made me leave the church. This is one little part.
Okay.
All right, and it had a lot to do with finances.
Okay.
Not that I needed it, not that I was giving it to somebody. When I got to church, I knew nothing about it, even though I was raised in the church with my grandma. Once she left, church was a thing of the past for me until I became of age and I came back to church or whatever. And I had this facade in my head that church was perfect. I didn't know what church was about. I was a virgin to this.
We're gonna jump on that church being perfect.
Yeah. So I mean, being suave who I am, taking over the atmosphere everywhere I go, Kenneth Carter in here, I got me a job in the church. You know what I mean? The OG was like, look, I'm gonna show you how to do this, put you on all the game and this, that, and the third. And I keep in mind, I'm new. I don't know church etiquette. So I got a white t-shirt on, jeans, and Air Force Ones,
Yeah.
And niggas is looking like, man, who is this? Man, where this dude come from, man? How do you get a position? I'm like, I don't know nothing about this, man. This man just showed me, look, come rock with me.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm gonna fast forward. So again, we behind the scenes in church, which is a whole nother topic.
A whole nother service.
I'm seeing like the collection plate look good. I'm like, damn. And he was like, count that. I'm like, man, I ain't him. I can't count on that, man. You know what I mean? So I don't want to steal from God. That's how I'm thinking. But every time I see a pile of money, shit, I'm gonna give me something too, right?
Yeah.
So they taught me something. Okay, so I just counted the money. All that money, I'm not gonna name the figure, went to a member. And I'm like, damn, everybody in here struggling though. I can't see that.
Yeah.
We had a small black church in the ghetto, everybody struggling. And for one particular child, regardless of what they're doing, this money was taken up for them. That in itself let me know, hey boy, you in for a wild ride. Put a seatbelt on. So
yeah, that's true. And that I've scratched my head about that several times to where how can almost everybody in this church be struggling, but you decide you're gonna give it to your favorite? That's not cool. But
this can go so many different ways.
This is the world we live in. Another thing I want to jump back on leadership real quick. Now once again, I'm flip-flopping today, y'all. So now I'm going back to, I guess, side with leaders for just a second. A lot of people say, I don't go to church because preachers ain't real. I don't go to church because preachers are fake, right? I hear this a lot, and it's not even about the word that they're preaching. They're actually looking at the man. Growing up, my grandmother used to tell us, don't look at the messenger, but pay attention to the message. You know what I'm saying? So
that sound good.
And it can be good. It really can be good. Me and the snake can have a conversation right here, right now. And what's for me, I'm gonna take from me, and what's not for me, I'm gonna leave it right there. Now, anybody can have something for you, can teach you one way or another. True. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying.
Okay, all right.
So where I'm going with this is a lot of people say, I'm not going to church because of that pastor, But the truth of the matter is Jesus himself can come down here, get in the pulpit on a Sunday and preach the best sermon you ever heard, and they still wouldn't come because the life that they're living does not line up with the word that he's preaching. They don't want to change their life. They don't want to get up on Sunday mornings. They don't want to give their tithes and offering. So people just beat the church up for an excuse on why they don't come. But the truth of the matter is you don't come because you really just don't want to come. It's not in you. So
on the flip side,
they
got people that go to church and still beat the church up because they're mature adults, mentally mature adults, and they see the game that's being played. Now, this is one thing I have to say it.
Go for it.
Look, when we dealing with black people, boy, get ready. I don't give a damn what the avenue is. It could be church. It could be sports. It could be whatever. You dealing with black people, man. I'm sorry. And we got this thing with us that we always trying to play on each other. So,
Hey, dig this, man. If y'all watching, man, comment, say something, help us out. Dig this right here from what you said. They have people, they got family members that do go to church, and they sit back and hear how the family members are talking about the church, beating the church up so they don't want to go, right? I love when people make that statement right there because people go to clubs.
Mm-hmm.
They dog clubs.
Mm-hmm.
They talk bad about the clubs.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about the high prices in the clubs.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about the fights in the club.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about the shooting in the club. They talk about the high parking at the clubs.
Mm-hmm.
And yet they run to it every weekend.
Because that's the spirit that they love.
That's all I'm saying.
It's simple.
You're attracted to that nonsense,
Right.
but you're disgusted with this.
Watch this. It's not nonsense for them. Again, because that's what they love. I'm not saying it's right.
No, I agree with you 100%.
But in their mind, it's not nonsense.
Yeah.
The nonsense may be from church
Mhm.
because I don't want that.
I don't, but that's all that needs to be said. Make it plain. I don't go to church because I don't want to.
We mentioned in the previous podcast when somebody can look in the mirror and say, hey, this is who I am to myself, not you,
Yeah.
not her, nobody. I'm me and God.
Mm-hmm.
This is who I am.
Yeah.
It's going to let you know where your love is.
Yeah.
Simple.
So people want God, they just want God in their own way.
And that don't work. Again, so we go back to the leadership, right? I don't give a damn how swift your pastor is. He's not God. Nowhere
Not God.
near. He's
Never.
a mortal. He is a mortal. He will face death like all us will face death because he was born of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a person as well.
Mm-hmm. All right, so now I got to flip back again dealing with leadership, right?
Yeah, comments too.
We got comments?
No, I'm talking about from the previous.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Just stick with leadership for one quick second. So one thing leadership is lacking today that was big back in the days, and you could deal with the 90s, the 80s, and the 70s. Leadership was big on helping community.
Mm-hmm.
Leadership was big going out showing their face in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Not no more. You don't see the pastor's face in the community no more. You see him in other communities, but you don't see him in the community no more. There were times where there would be a committee that go knocking door to door, letting you know about the church. I can remember growing up when the church would do feedings. They would be selling dinners, right? Because they're trying to do a fundraiser. But I've seen so many times families come to the church that wasn't able to buy a dinner, and the church still fed them with no problem. See the deacon talking to that family.
So before we go any further, you shouldn't be selling it no way. It should be free for the community anyway.
Well, time out. Now, the reason they're selling, and I know this firsthand, because you can't beat your people up about giving. People can only give what they have, right? So if your offerings are low, you try to do something else to help the church raise money. So you go out there to sell dinners, because at the end of the day, whether y'all like it or not, the church is a business, and that building got to be paid for. Lights got to be paid for. Gas got to be paid for. Water got to be paid for. And you do want to go help families that need to be helped. So you got to have something in the bank so that you can help. So I'm not against selling dinners anyway, because why beat the church up for selling dinners when that restaurant over there is selling dinners, Because so we can help right here.
See,
why not?
See, it's
people. All right, let me tell you this. Don't damn the church, but then come to the church looking for some free food.
That's crazy work.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. It's the same people that beat the church down but find out the church is giving away free food. Now they want to come to church. Man, you know this. We have family members that never came to church but was like, hey, bring me a plate home. You dead wrong for that now. If you against it, stay over there.
Stay, pick a side and stay on that side.
Now, I can tell you what the church was good with. After Sunday service, they would have a fellowship hall. That food was free.
Understood.
You came to service, you was able to eat. It wasn't no selling dinners.
Understood.
And you sat down there and you fellowship.
I want to go back to a scripture, because again, everything we say on this podcast, regardless of what it is, got some kind of scripture to back it up, right?
Yeah.
Listen, man. Christ was on the scene, and he seen people selling dinners at the church. What do you do?
Oh, well, that's
no. Answer the question.
That's twofold.
Answer the question.
They were cheating people.
Answer the question.
When they was cheating people, he flipped the table.
They was only cheating people because they was able to do what?
What?
Have some form of business.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be totally separated from the church. So when you mentioned earlier that the church is a business, that's a subject on itself, because that's basically in the community, in the society that we know, because they got churches around the world where business is no part of it. They just come for a word, and that's a word and fellowship, and that's it.
Them same churches don't have running water or electrical.
Hey, but they serving God.
They are, but that's
why I said according to the society we live in, this is a church is a business in this society.
Yeah.
But you got plenty of societies around the world, but no, we don't respect nothing about that.
Yeah.
Because the two should never come.
But I think other societies are better at giving. Like they
True.
don't have to
True.
pull teeth for
True.
you to give tithes and offering. In the Bible,
True.
it wasn't. The church was still a business, but it was principle to give. People don't give because of principle no more.
So now
People don't have it to give neither. Let's put that out there too.
It is true.
We're not going to, we say we're not going to beat the church up. We're not going to beat the people up neither.
No,
Because people don't have it to give.
Yeah.
The truth is, a lot of times people come to church because they don't have it. They don't have their mental mind frame.
Yeah.
They don't have nothing to eat.
Yeah.
They don't have health.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot. So it goes hand in hand.
It does. Exactly. It goes hand in hand, you know. That's why neither one should be beating down the other.
We got a question.
Okay, I want to comment on what y'all just said about the selling of the dinners and everything. But a lot of times when the church is selling dinners, they all raise some money to help feed the family. Because sometimes the church don't have the finances to help the families, and the church gives out to the community, so they raise them. The money they do raise is not coming also necessarily. Ain't nobody in the church getting that money, but it's still going back out to the community. It's going back out to the people in the church that need it. It's going to the children that might need shoes or something, or somebody that's sick and they can't work and they need something. So
Let me mention something else too, and I agree with you. Let me mention something else too. This goes along the lines of, or back to, be careful who you have lay down and have children with, because 9 times out of 10, who's populating that church is that single mother and her children, where the dad is nowhere to be found, and the church is having to take on his responsibilities, which is totally. Let's go on to the next one, because my emotion get into this.
But we being real. Speak your
I'm
truth.
saying my emotion go into this. What was the next one after leadership?
with leadership, what y'all touched on, they was talking about the finances, which y'all touched
Okay.
about. And one lady said, the pastor's not, he's not living the life that he's preaching about.
Mm-hmm.
And so y'all touched on that already. So
Okay.
Another one they was talking about,
finance.
they left church because of jealousy.
Yeah.
You want to jump on that?
Hell yeah.
Jealousy.
Let me start.
Jealousy in the church.
Let me start. I think one of the top 3 dangerous, one of the top 3 most dangerous places on earth is the church parking lot. After them.
Remember we said we wanted to do a movie about
But
that.
I swear, don't say it on here. I swear, let me tell you something, man. It's more hookups, young adults, y'all know what I mean? It's more hookups, more drug deals, more scamming, more fighting,
More sermons preached.
more sermons preached in the parking lot after church. I'd be like, damn, the man just said, and niggas got their own agenda when they hit outside. So that's why I wanted to come with the jealousy. That is real.
Yeah.
Not just in church, neither.
Yeah, not just in church. Jealousy is real. And it's dumb jealousy.
Yeah.
You know, but like you said earlier, some things are just embedded in some folks, you know, and they just can't get rid of it.
Can't. Yeah.
You know, jealous because your suit look better than mine. Jealous because your hat looks better. Jealous because you got a husband or a wife and somebody else don't. Jealous because in the pastor's sermon, he called out your name and then called out this name.
Another reason I stopped going to church.
You know, that jealous spirit is very real. But you know what? When you're dealing with a jealous spirit in the church, you now have to go back to leadership, and leadership needs to deal with it. All right? Leadership cannot just allow jealous spirits to roam free in the church because it's going to cause so much chaos in the congregation.
Mm-hmm.
But you know why the leadership won't deal with it?
Yeah, I know.
Because most jealous people are their biggest tithe and offering givers. So you want to keep them happy. And the ones that's not giving
That's
us
why I
money,
don't- that's
hey,
why I
man,
don't-
it is what it is.
When we mention church and business, it's like a piece that don't fit. It's so passionate because the truth is most of us come from the church.
Yeah.
That's the truth. That's our background. Like anything happens to any one of us, we need a funeral. I just buried my mom at the church, same church. We gonna need a church.
Yeah.
So you hold these people in such high regard,
Yeah.
almost like we do artists with music.
Mm-hmm.
We hold them in high regard.
Basketball players.
You know what I mean?
Sports figures.
Like, damn, bro, I had trust for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was vulnerable in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's where the hurt comes in, because whenever you use the title God and put it on a person, I expect you to be not perfect, but at least loving and peaceful. Can I say it that way?
Yeah.
You know,
I
like,
think that's cool. That's cool.
It's like going to the hospital. I'm going to the hospital to see a doctor because I want to feel better. When I come to the church, I want to meet a representative of God.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to have at least some of his characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
Not the devil's, but that's what we run into. You know, like I said, you walk through the doors of the church and the ushers act like this is the VIP section and they ready to pat you down and swing on you.
Nowadays, right, they have to.
You know, you trying to say hello to the pastor and his ministerial staff or armor bearers ready to choke slam. You know, I didn't come here for this. You know, a lot of people come to the church hurting and they're looking for help, but they're finding more hurt, not help. You know one reason that is? Because the people that are in leadership are hurting themselves. So you get to a place where hurt people hurt people. Once again, you know, a lot of people don't like it now. Hurt people hurt people.
It's a dangerous place.
We got to get back to the place now where that altar is open back up.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing away with a lot of the old things that the church used to do.
So let's talk.
But leadership need to get in that altar first.
Let's talk.
And everybody else need to follow.
Let's talk.
You know?
Because it was
How about this? Find out what your leaders believe in. It was real, but it just caught me real good. Find out what your leaders believe in.
Check this.
You know, like.
So that's almost crazy. I'm only here. Anyway, it was a reason that those 7 letters, were written to the churches.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think that nothing is new under the sun.
Yeah.
First of all, go back to this. We're not bashing no person. We're not bashing no church.
No church.
The truth is the truth.
Yeah.
And if it hadn't just started.
Yeah.
I think it's in Revelations, if I'm not mistaken, them 7 letters.
This couple Paul wrote to the churches in Revelations.
It's like 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like 7 letters, yo. Y'all check that out. If you know Bible reader or whatever, go read, about those 7 churches. And I guarantee you see yourself within those 7 letters. If you're going to admit yourself the real, go read those 7 letters, then look at yourself in the mirror and say, I got a lot to do with this. So with leadership, again, failed leadership, people have everything to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put this man on no pedestal.
Big time.
He's just a human. His sexual desires are like yours.
Mm-hmm.
His financial desires are like yours.
Just like yours.
His worldly desires are like yours.
Mm-hmm.
No super saved people. Stop it. I don't care how long you've been loving God. Your ass is going to sin. Period. Point blank. Mm-hmm. So I think we can go on to the next one, man.
No, we got to stay here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we got to stay here for it because we haven't talked about it enough. Because leadership needs training, and in training, it's not just speaking in tongues. It's just not praying, laying on hands, but it's also about dealing with the hurt people that's out there. You know, you can't just be like, I love God, come let me pray for you. Because what if a demon approaches you while you trying to pray?
Which happens.
Yeah. And when you don't know how to handle that demon, you start talking about that demon.
Yeah.
You start nitpicking with that demon.
Very few people know how to handle demons. We discussed that.
It all goes to teaching.
Watch this. I could teach something blue in the face, right? The devil never going to come as the devil.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to come in some kind of form that we all enjoy.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn. Again, what's your save rate? It'd be 99.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter that Satan knows the word way better than we could ever know it.
Mm-hmm.
It's truth. And he's going to use it against you.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I like to say to myself, this is the church. Mm-hmm. I don't give a damn what we doing here. When I open my mouth, being God's representative in here, that's what it is. Mm-hmm. And that's the same thing that need to happen at the church. I'm not here for a personal engagement. Mm-hmm. You know, I think the pastor has too much accessibility. Mm-hmm. Let that man preach and get on. Don't talk to nobody.
Well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do about the people that need help? You taking their money?
Well, listen, we just said it was a pyramid. We just said it was a pyramid. It was a sort of government. Everybody had a position.
That's what I'm saying, and I agree with you. But the people under you must be trained properly.
And you have to be trained properly.
Yeah,
first and foremost.
You have to be trained properly.
Right.
Because here's the deal. Let's say we're going to do exactly what you say. I'm the pastor. I'm going to preach. I'm going to speak a blessing over the house. I'm dipping. Mook in charge when I leave. I got to be careful that Mook don't start acting like he the pastor now when I leave.
So, watch, I'm going to bring up one point. I promise you, and I don't believe in none of this nonsense, but that's exactly what the Pope do. Come out there, say his word, bless the house, you never see him again. Because On the other side, I'm talking about white people, European white people. On the other side, they're very structured in what they do. And it's 9 times out of it may be jealousy, but we're gonna deal with that right here and right now. We're not concerned with your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
The difference between that and this is all financial based
and position based. If you're gonna go there,
yeah, we're going there. Okay.
If you're gonna go there, it is position based.
Okay, I'm just saying, they money good.
Yeah.
So when your money good, you can do a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, when your money's good, things are better.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But so you said that in the black church, money don't even have to be involved. It's all about position.
In the poor black church,
you get that's what I'm saying. You get a position, you get the big head, you start treating people funny.
Yeah, that is the money. That is the money.
They got their paycheck. Yeah, they got their special seat in church. You know what I'm saying?
I get to walk here behind Bishop.
They start looking down on other people. Yeah. Like, nigga, we made it. Right. You ain't make nothing. The truth of the matter is you are nobody.
Let me ask you this. Why people got all kind of heart in church, but at Quick Trip, they're not going to say the same thing?
Well, I don't know, man, because, everybody at church hard, but you hit them streets.
Lord have mercy.
Totally different story.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
I'm saying if you're going to be a man in here, be a man out there.
Yeah, but we don't want to take it.
Lame ass nigga, when I see you in real life, you know what time it is.
We don't want to take it there face.
Lame ass nigga.
But let's, all right, so before we move on to another subject, let's deal with these people that's hurting, because of jealous people, bad leadership, and money-hungry preachers. Let's give them a word to move forward, because I don't want the people to be mad at God. And the truth of the matter is, I don't want people to be mad at people. We all human. Mm-hmm. We make mistakes. We fall. Let's forgive and let's move on. Let's not sit here and harbor that stuff in our hearts.
Agree.
So,
now that don't make no sense. Don't harbor nothing on your heart.
No, don't
say it, get it out.
Yeah, don't hold it in your heart. Don't be mad at the church because of what somebody else did to you. You know what? The Bible says, study to show thyself approved. We must have a relationship with God ourselves. Pray for the spirit of discernment. Right. So when somebody's trying to play you, God is going to open your mind, open your heart up to know that's not who you deal with. When you go to church for the Father and for his word. Don't go to church because of a preacher. Don't go to a church because of a pastor, a prophet, an apostle. Go to church for the Father and go to church for his word. When you get there, don't be in the musician phase, the director phase, trying to impress somebody. Go there because I'm coming here to get something. And what I'm getting is not physical, it's spiritual.
Or if you don't go, that don't mean you're not in the presence of God. Let's stop putting this message out like, if I don't go to church, I'm not dealing with God. Stop it. A lot of people, I'm one of them, understand exactly who God is. And if I have to be away from those other people to commune with God and deal with myself and my problems and my sins, along with my family, that whatever works for you, man. There ain't no specific road you have to take to get to God, man. You understand what I'm saying? The four walls don't mean nothing to you, or they can mean everything to you. The point is, seek God and not church.
And even in you saying that, let the people know that you study to show yourself approved.
Absolutely.
You
the word said itself.
You know what I'm saying? You know the word. You have a relationship with God.
Right.
I'm talking about a real relationship with God, not just when I need him, I go to him. That's my relationship.
On my best day, I'm talking to God.
Yeah.
On my worst day, I'm talking to God.
There's a song out by this guy, I believe his name is called Jelly Bean. And I really like the song. Sounds good. But it says, it's called Jelly Bean. His name is Jelly Bean. Okay. And he says, I only talk to God when I need a favor. That's real.
He said he only talk to God when he need a favor.
He's putting it out there. I only talk to God when I need a favor.
What's real about that?
What's real about that?
Yeah.
That's how most people live. People only talk to God when they need a favor.
It's fake as hell.
But it's real. It happens.
It's real, but it's fake as hell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you about to get locked up, you talking to God. When you're sick, you're talking to God. When your rent due, you're talking to God. But when everything is going smooth for you, you ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
A lot of people are living those lives right there thinking they have a relationship with God.
Keep living.
But that's not true.
Just keep living.
God, you know what? God will not allow you to play him.
Facts.
God will not allow you to use grace and mercy as an excuse.
Facts.
Facts. God is a God that loves us and he wants a personal relationship with us. Facts. That's why when he created Adam, Adam's job was to meet him in the garden daily. You know why? Because I want to spend some personal time with you.
We can go deep with that.
Please just don't call me when you need me, because now you are using me. And please, Facebook, don't get mad at me. But a lot of the people that talk about church hurt, those are the people I'm talking about right now. You are the people that try to use the church, try to use the pastor, and try to use God. I'm not saying these pastors and bishops didn't hurt some people, but not everybody. So when you say that, when you say use the church and they got hurt themselves.
When you say that, you got to say that's a broad statement. That's a bunch of people, because we don't know everybody.
We don't know everybody.
You're speaking from personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Personal experience.
Take this in a nutshell. And again, don't think nobody's being directed. Just take this as a nutshell.
That's a Facebook Live. I hope they don't take it personal.
And look,
but you know what?
with.
They might take it personal.
Yeah,
so, but hey, the Bible says what? The word will cut you.
Yeah.
So if your feelings are hurt right now, maybe this is something you
will too.
Talk about.
My thing, boy.
You know.
Come on, man. Let's move on, man. Good segment.
Any more questions? Anybody saying anything?
Yeah, a lot of comments.
Oh wow! I told you, buddy.
You have those same people will be there Easter and Mother's Day.
And Christmas. You got them the EMC Christians. Easter, Mother's Day, and Christmas Christians. You gotta love them.
What happened? Who was that?
You can't.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Somebody said because the pastor depends on the money for their own household.
Very true. The pastor is dependent on your money. But you know what? Is that wrong?
Hell yeah, it's wrong.
How?
Because he can work too.
He can work, but what if that's his job? A pastor that's doing a pastor that's a full-time pastor?
You asked a question.
Oh, can I just say something?
No, you asked a question.
You're right, I did. I'm sorry.
Back in my day, there wasn't no such thing. Well, at least I didn't know.
I was about to say
full-time pastors, right? Because guess what? The pastor that we came up with, we seen him at the schools.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
We seen him in the streets.
That's right. We
seen him at work. This man was supplying for his own family and just doing what he was supposed to do on Sundays or at Bible study, whenever that day was.
Mm-hmm.
It came a day when we started to preach prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
And the pastor said, oh yeah, I'm going to be a full-time pastor because number one, nigga probably don't have no education. It's an easy-ass gig to get into, and they get mad when you hate on their hustle. But you can't be no punk-ass nigga and don't tell the truth.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because nigga, I ain't scared of you at the same time. But that's why I say go on to the next subject, man, because this is kind of passionate, bro.
So what?
Damn.
So you want what? Real, uncut.
You said it. Go ahead.
So dig this. I believe in full-time pastors when it's done right.
Mm-hmm.
I've had pastors that go to the schools, visit the kids, showing his face. He's out in the community.
Mm-hmm.
He's at the nursing homes, doing Bible study, praying. He's at the hospital, doing Bible study and praying.
Mm-hmm.
He's down at the jail visiting your kids, praying for them and making sure everything's okay. He's at church at noonday, doing noonday prayer, Bible study during the week, doing feedings at the church. That pastor, he does need to be paid because that's his job.
He does need to get paid.
He's actually working. He's not just preaching on Sunday. I agree with everything you're saying. Them pastors that come in thinking they're superstars on Sunday, driving the big fancy cars, and you want this big check for Sunday work. Yeah, get your butt up and go to work, man. That ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? But when you have a pastor that's pastoring, the actual I'll give you pastors after my own heart. Yeah, go ahead and pay them people.
Anytime anything is done in the right spirit, yeah, you're supposed to be rewarded for it.
Yes.
But these folks don't do this stuff in no right spirit, man.
Yeah.
These people trying to come up.
Hey, let me ask you something. Once again, because now
you don't use God's name to come up, you devil ass nigga.
Now we gotta flip it. Now we gotta flip it like this because
stop playing, man.
A club owner, that club is his church. He's the pastor.
Facts.
Right? Is it right to pay that man because I want to come and listen to music? And
that's his business. He established that. We're talking about the church, something that God established.
Yeah.
That's the difference in that.
But what if somebody built this church?
Huh?
What if somebody built this church?
They built that church on the pretenses of this is for God.
And the club built it on what?
Everything the club love. The club don't love God. That's why everything goes.
I'm saying, what's the difference? Why pay the club and not the church?
Huh?
Why pay the club and not the church?
They both getting paid. What are we talking about?
I know, I'm saying, but that club owner's getting paid big time. But it's a problem if the pastor get paid.
No, we said if this man coming with the right heart.
Yeah, I'm not saying
according to what he loves.
Yeah.
Because that club owner's coming with the right heart according to what he loves.
Yeah.
Yeah, pay him. But if you out here trying to let's say
hustle the people.
Let's say for instance I got a club and I'm not promoting it. Or it's always dirty. Or it smell like cigarettes.
Yeah.
Or I let people hit in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Or I let them shoot in the bathroom. I'm not loving my club because it's stopping my money.
Yeah.
Eventually, the police coming in here.
Mhm.
But it's the same thing with the church.
Mhm.
So
When you do right, you should get right.
when you do right, you should get right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I got to go to work tomorrow, y'all.
What else you got over there?
It's the condemnation and the judgment that the people can't flow with from the leaders.
Let me answer this first. You're going to get judged everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go,
If you're in a social atmosphere, environment, or whatever the case may be, you're going to get judged.
you're gonna get
At some point, you got to have tough skin where that type of stuff don't bother you no more.
Yeah.
Because I'm not out here living for him, her, or them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm living for me and mine.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So you can say what you choose to say. You ain't gonna say it to my face though. And that'd be the part that I don't like.
Mhm.
Because now you hide behind God's word, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. Because you know a nigga feel a certain type of way about God.
But those are the worst people in the church. The ones that whisper the gospel, gossip.
Yeah.
The ones that spread it, you know? So I'm bold enough to say this. Right? You know, the pastor preach about the drunk.
Mm-hmm.
The pastor preach.
Sorry, y'all.
The pastor preach about the weed smokers. The
Damn,
pastor
sorry again.
go out there and preach about the whoremonger.
Yeah.
All of that, right? The abuser, all of that. The Bible says there are 6 things that I hate, and 7 is an abomination,
Mm-hmm.
and it's those that sow seeds of discord amongst the brethren.
Yeah.
Talk about them fake, phony people in your church that's running everybody name down. Talk about them. Start preaching about that right there. You know your assistant pastor is talking about everybody causing trouble. You know your secretary
Well, I'm
is
saying
doing
though,
the same
the
thing.
assistant pastor told the congregation that me and my brother was selling crack cocaine at the church. And I'm like, damn, bro, I'm not that heartless.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that, my nigga. Your
Yeah.
nephew got the dope. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, why you putting it on me?
And you know what the problem was right there? He wasn't called out.
I called him out.
No,
Me and my people did.
but you're not the one to call him out. The head has to call him out.
But see, that's
The
crazy.
head has to set everything in order.
That's crazy. That's wild right there. We ain't much had the dope. They had the dope.
The head. All right, so
Man,
imagine
that nigga went and bought the whole dope.
Hey, imagine this right here. Imagine this right here. And you at home, right? And
Man, I don't hear that, man.
you at
I'm talking
home,
about what the hell made me.
and you find something. I mean, let's say you got a pocket full of money. You stole some money. You got a pocket full of money, and Devin see it,
Mm-hmm.
and Devin like, boy, you gonna get your butt whooped. I'm gonna whoop your butt. You Devin, bow, get out my face.
Period.
But now, as Mr. Savary said,
It's a difference.
it's a big difference.
I
The
get that.
head has to set things in order.
I get that, but at the same time, we talking about people, man. Look, don't use my name in vain like that, bro. I would never
Wow.
do that to you. Not me. Not
Wow, they're humans.
you. That's what I'm saying. The individual check. I understand about the order part, but hold on, bro. Before he get to you, let me say something to you.
But that still don't stop people.
I understand that, but I want to let you know that I understand what you're saying about me, and I'm gonna correct it from jump, so we have no misunderstandings.
I get that, but that doesn't stop them from doing it to the next person.
That's on them. I pray
But-
to God
but
that they have enough
I
heart to
know
say
you're
the
saying
same
that, but
thing.
that's what a lot of these people are dealing with this church hurt is bouncing from one person to another because it's not being checked the right way.
Remember what we said last week or the week before that? Somebody got to lose. And I just pray to God it ain't me and mine.
I pray it's none of us. Like I'm telling
Somebody got to lose, Jay.
I'm telling. Well, stop letting it be us.
That's what I just said. I pray it's not me and mine's.
No. When I say us, I mean abroad. Like you know who the losers normally are, and I'm tired of seeing us lose. At some point, we have to come together. Somebody has to set order. Kill this nonsense,
Somebody
and let's
gonna lose.
push forward.
Oh, somebody gonna lose, Jay. I'm
You
sorry.
know.
I don't care. Somebody gonna lose.
Like I
This is my prayer to God is, please, for me and my future generations.
yeah.
Come on, why? No, I don't want to lose no more.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm patriarch, right?
Mhm.
Right? I take the L's.
Uh-huh.
But damn, for the my four and their seeds, no, I don't. I pray to God they never take them L's. That's why I believe in people have a heart.
They-
Speak up for yourself, man. That's another thing we don't do. We don't speak up for ourselves, bro. Oh, it's okay. We're gonna pray for him. He didn't know no nonsense.
Yeah.
Put him in his place right now. And that's not just church.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Right.
everywhere.
I agree.
No, don't go around the corner if you got something to say to me, or go to grandma, or go to auntie. No, come say it to me.
Well, then that's where I wouldn't have no punks if they did that.
Somebody gotta lose.
Wouldn't
right?
have no rats, no snakes.
Somebody gotta lose.
This world is built on that right there. We're gonna look at Judas. Judas walked with Jesus, and this dude still was a rat.
I just put that on Facebook. I think Judas
Ain't no
was
thinking.
well. Judas was the most cursed and most blessed.
Yeah.
Because imagine you being picked to turn on the Savior so mankind could be saved.
Mm-hmm.
How blessed are you? Or imagine being born Judas and I'm the one out of everybody in humanity.
Mm-hmm.
You wrote this down for me, then I'm gonna turn on the Savior. What did I do? What did my daddy do? Damn, how I got that tag? Nobody want to be Judas.
Yeah.
Huh? Man, that's why I say, man, we're going to the next subject, man. We can sit up here and talk about this for hours, and it's gonna get a little deep because it's a passionate subject.
So what?
You understand what I'm saying?
So what?
I'm
All right. So
go ahead.
so you got anything else over there?
You have somebody to say
that tequila's starting to talk.
they love the church aside from the other stuff, so they try not to focus on anything but the message and that music. Gotta have a good band.
That's really good. That's
Read
really
it again.
good.
I ain't hear that.
They could go to
Sorry.
church for everything.
They block out all the nonsense, but they go to church for the word and the good music.
That's somebody who understands who they are
Mm-hmm.
and their mind and their heart. I don't know who that was.
They knowing exactly what they're going for.
They knowing exactly what they're going for.
Yeah. No, that's
I
really
know
good.
what I'm coming in for.
That's really good. So let's do this. Somebody that left church because of church hurt, no matter what it be, whether it was a lay member, a usher, a deacon, the pastor. How do you give them comfort to say, hey, you know what, it's okay to go back? If they want to.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, if they want to.
I'm talking about myself in general. I don't want to go back.
Mm-hmm. That's you, but somebody that wants to.
I can't answer that.
You can't answer it.
I'm only answering for the people that don't want to go back. You're answering for the people that want to go. I'm the type that's going to stand on my square, regardless of how the next person feel about me.
You don't know. God might have you going back.
I don't want to go back, though. It's not in my heart.
Hey, what you want?
I want the church right here.
Jonah didn't want to go.
I ain't Jonah.
Jonah didn't want to go.
I want the church.
Okay. This boat start rocking. You know why?
This the church.
I'm just saying.
That's the church. The church is here.
It is. But what if he got a word for you that needs to be out there?
That's what the podcast for. Now tell me I'm wrong.
Okay, I give you that.
This look, I'm going out we going out to 4,000 people. We was in Europe. I never thought my voice would be heard in Europe unless I go over there.
I agree.
All I'm saying, if you don't go back, listen, again, church is here.
We are the church.
Right.
We are the
It's
church.
not where the cross is at. It's not where the four walls are at. We just gather there from time to time to all rejoice about how good God is. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't no spot where we commune to make other kind of decisions. No, man, we all come here to praise God, man, for how good he been.
The Bible says that it's good for the brethren to dwell together. You know, so the coming together really is good. You know, when it's done right.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, so there's nothing wrong with that.
I love God. I hate the church.
You know what? For people that left church because of church hurt, I challenge you to go back and to let that pastor know.
It wasn't no pastor. Not with me.
I'm not talking about you.
Oh.
I'm talking out there.
Oh.
I challenge the people to go back and let that pastor know. Because
But if it's not the pastor,
well, no, it don't have to be the pastor.
right?
But I'm saying let the pastor know why you left, what the reason was. Because if the pastor is the one that has to address it, he needs to know what he's addressing,
Okay.
so it can stop. You know, so let the pastor know what happened. Now, when you do that, you have to be open to what the pastor has to say too, because the same way you're going to, let's say, talk or tell on somebody else, word could have gotten back to that pastor about you and you being messy. So you have to be able to receive what the pastor also is saying, not just go there with the attitude.
Understood.
You know, but
but at the same time, I don't think you can tell a person how to deal with their hurt.
No.
Tell them how to feel when they feel like they've been hurt.
I agree.
You don't have that right. Not you, but
no,
anybody.
yeah.
You don't have that right.
Definitely.
So if this
I
person,
don't want nobody to tell me how to feel.
if this person goes overboard, well, you know, domino effect is real.
Mhm.
You didn't have to do what you did, and that person might have not went overboard. You understand what I'm saying? But come on,
Yeah.
let's go with it.
I think communication is key. Let's get out of our emotions so much, and let's communicate like mature adults. And I think a lot of problems can be solved with a good conversation.
I agree with that.
You know, some things are just a misunderstanding, and we saw it one way, somebody else saw it another way. Let's come together. Let's talk about it. You know, because the truth of the matter is, there's a lot of good spiritual Bible knowledge, knowing people that's sitting at home that can really share that knowledge with somebody else to help somebody else grow, but they're at home because they're mad. You know,
It's a lot to go with that, Jim. Like you said,
no, it is a lot, but I'm just saying, God gave gifts. The Bible tells us God gives gifts without repentance.
True.
But there's a lot of gifts sitting at home by themselves that this world really need.
Well, like you said earlier with the pandemic, right? Once people it's something else. The church made more money during the pandemic than they did when people were actually coming.
Mm-hmm.
The online receipts. I just looked at a documentary on that, but that's another thing. In today's world, where everything's social, I don't have to be there in present, and, in physical form. People, they do the social media thing and this, that, and the third. People don't want to be bothered, Chairman.
You know why I don't care. Now, if it works for you, it works for you, and that's totally fine. This is just me, Jay Reed. You know why I don't like the social church? Because I'm at home in my bed or in my recliner. I'm real comfortable. And I'm listening to the pastor preach or the congregation sing, and the cat's running, and the dog's barking, and the phone's ringing, and somebody's knocking on the door, and I forgot the pot was on the stove, and the kids are in the bathroom running the water. I can't focus on the word like I really want to. Me, personally.
Okay.
That's me.
Okay.
That's me. I'm an in-person person,
So I love to be church, man.
It is, but I know how to focus on what I came for.
Which you can't. Got it.
And I know how to block everything else out. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the difference for me. So I'm not knocking anybody that does virtual church. At the end of the day, do you? Like, some people are good at reading books off the Kindle thing. Not me. I'm a page turner. Old school.
Okay.
Some people are good at taking notes with their phones or their iPads. Not me. I'm a notebook person. I need my pen and pad. You know what I'm saying? So,
let people know how old you are. Same thing, y'all.
So to each his own. That's why I don't knock anything.
Right.
But what I really am saying is this: if you have a gift, don't keep it to yourself. You remember that story in the Bible where the owner or the man gave the talents. And two of them went out there and they used their talents, and the one person kept his talent. And when the man came back, he was like, "Man, what you do?" He said, "Man, I held on to mine just in case. I didn't give you that to hold on for just in case." Like, God already know what the just in case situation, problem solving situation is. He got that. We're supposed to use what He gave us to make this world a better place. That's why Jesus tells us to go out.
You left a big part off. Do it at home first.
Well, that's ministry right there. Your number one ministry is at home.
People don't know that.
Because
wait. No.
Go for it.
People think their ministry started at somebody's church.
That's why 100%.
That's why I came back and said, this is the church.
Yeah.
Because if I can't control, not in no bad way, if I can't control my wife and my children, what am I going to tell you and your children?
I agree 100%.
What are we doing?
110%.
Everything got to be done in decency and order.
Big time.
So again, if my house is not in order, man, what I look like going to God's church, standing on the pulpit and talking to the people, and mine ain't right.
Because you're going for a show. You're going for lights, cameras, action.
This is why a lot of people left the church.
Yeah. Because of the show. But you know what? So let's do this real quick. It's not every church.
No, it's not.
There are some really good churches in this land, in this city.
Yes, it is.
There's some really good churches that's outgrowing and doing things in the community. There's churches, we talked about this, I think, on the first episode. There's churches teaching financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? There's church. I remember when we was growing up, in Upper Room with the deacons were super cool at Upper Room, and they really was hands on. And I remember one of the first one of my memory I can remember is them teaching us how to build go-karts.
Okay.
That's a skill you can keep for the rest of your life.
Facts.
Not just about the car, but teaching a kid how to use a hammer,
Yeah, facts.
a screwdriver, a drill.
Facts.
That's big time. That's needed, and they was big on that right there.
Facts.
So there's churches today that's doing that. There's churches right now teaching kids woodworks, but this is stuff we don't hear about because this stuff isn't glorified.
Well, let me bring this one up. So when I was going to church, it was nothing for the pastor to call out everything everybody was doing. Regardless of what your sin was, you weren't above the word. Today, depending on who you are, your sin's not getting talked about. What about that part? What about that part? I thought we were supposed to preach an uncompromising gospel. What about that part? I told you let's go home because we're going to went on to another topic, y'all, but he want to stay here.
Well, it's hard for the pastor to preach on something that he's doing. So that really makes him look like a hypocrite,
Yeah.
So, a lot of things nowadays don't get preached about.
The preacher told me, he said, boy, I know you've been drinking and smoking on that. I said, yep, I was wrong. I went to the altar. I cried and everything, y'all. But he called me out. Call that dude out, man. Shit.
Good one. All right, so here, how about this? And not picking and choosing, not favoritism.
Man, call me out, y'all.
Not favoritism, anything like that. But what if he called you out because he loved you?
I believe that was the case.
Yeah.
And I believe that's where a lot of jealousy came in. So I said, before I lay up there and hurt one of these people, they think it's a game, I'd rather just remove myself. See, I came full circle.
Mm-hmm.
When you tell the truth, brother, it has no choice but to come back around.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I believe sometimes you get called out of love.
True.
And then others don't get called out because sometimes the pastor has washed their hands of them.
True.
I've done what I can do now. It's in the hands of God.
True.
So I've seen situations like that. But to a young person or the immature saint, it don't look like that. It almost looks like you're picking on me, and you don't realize what was going on until you mature in Christ. And like, I appreciate what you did.
A lot of that. A football practice taught me a lot of that. So I had a coach like that too, on my ass. Mm-hmm. I'm like, damn, man, what you doing? He was like, I see the potential. I'm going to mold it out. Yeah. And the same thing happens to me. I can't speak for nobody else in any atmosphere I go into. Mm-hmm. Somebody always say, hey, come here. I'm like, damn. I'm like, no, come here. Mm-hmm. I see something in you. Yeah. Which I know that's of God. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So, Yeah.
You're good.
Someone agreed with you, J. Reed. Each one teach one. Mm-hmm. Somebody is agreeing with that. But I also I want to say something as a comment that I did put. I agree with take care of home first. However, we are all human, even your children. Mm-hmm. And we all make mistakes, including them.
Absolutely.
Right? So sometimes if God put in your heart or whatever to be a pastor, you personally not doing that because your kids are not acting right is not a reason enough to say I'm not gonna go amongst that, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes we have to talk about it so that the members in the church who also have children who are not doing right don't feel alone. Mm-hmm. And what you as the pastor, what you speak about is the sin of not listening or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But you address it right then and there so that the adults in there who have children can feel not alone, like, okay, so we all going through this. Mm-hmm. And the kids can see that it's brought out. And it's not just your kids. The other kids in the church as well will hear that. So I don't think reason enough to be like, oh, take care of home first. I think the problem is when you're not addressing your children problem, but you're able to talk about other people's children. Mm-hmm. So I think taking care of home is addressing it, letting them know that it's wrong and I'm calling you out in front of everybody. And it's not just your children. They may feel like it's just them, but every other child in that church knows what you're talking about too.
Yeah, I can see that point.
Yeah, that's a good point. And taking care of home first, it doesn't mean that my kids have to be perfect, but as long as you're doing your part to make sure you're teaching them.
Yeah, I don't think the word perfect is perfect for any conversation.
Yeah.
I want to take that word and just throw it away. Yeah, because there's no such thing. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying taking care of home is making sure you're teaching, doing right. And once again, your kids are...
Hey, in this house, my children going to get cursed out because they knew what they were supposed to do. They didn't do it. Me and Shannon going to argue. You understand what I'm saying? But we talking about like this 25 years later. That's what I mean when I say church. This is the Carter Life Church. Y'all welcome to come anytime. Be who you are. Do what you're going to do. Just don't respect.
Time out.
Just don't disrespect.
Pause. you don't lie to them people talking about come here. You know you don't want nobody here at this house.
If they're my people, I don't care.
Yeah, but it's 4,000 people out here.
Man, them people ain't coming over here.
Okay, you don't know. They're gonna be knocking on the door tomorrow morning. I'm gonna let them in.
Bring that $40 with you.
Close the damn door. I'm collecting an offering, and he's doing communion.
Bring that $40 with you.
I'm collecting
Hold
an
on,
offering.
what's 4,000 times 40? What is that?
A lot.
Shit, that boy said a
Like
lot.
160,000, something like that.
Yeah, we straight.
Right? 160,000.
We do the next episode from Vegas on the
1.6.
real. We get that shit. Huh?
All right, we're good. We're good on comments.
How long have we been going? I know it's been an hour.
An hour and 12 minutes.
Hour and 12 minutes.
I think that's it.
We're good to go.
I think that's it.
Hey, look, don't hate the church. Honestly,
Don't hate the church.
Don't hate the pastor. Don't hate the people.
Don't hate nobody.
Because then that means you're not better than those people.
Right.
God put love in our hearts, you know, and you don't have to forget anything that happened to you. But we forgive, we move on, and we grow. Hey, build a relationship with God. Read your Bible. Have a prayer life. Find friends that you can talk and grow with. You know, the Bible tells us that iron sharpens iron. You know, find some peaceful people to be around, and stop always hanging around hellhounds. You're always gonna get your feelings hurt. When conversations going on, you know, that are not godly, move away. Stop. And what is it called? Entertaining those type of conversations. Your name gonna always be in the mix of something. You know, find some people that's trying to grow, do better, live happy, a joyous life. You know, get with those people right there, man. You're gonna see a whole lot change in your life. But also, if you know you have no plans of going to church, you have no plans of having a real relationship with God, shut the hell up about talking about why you don't go to church. You don't go to church because you don't want to. Let that be the truth right there. You know, don't turn somebody else away from going to the church or having a real relationship with God.
I just want to say, listen, man, you have a family, white children, this, that, and third. Man, look, travel with your people. Enjoy this life because tomorrow is not promised.
Big time.
See the world. I lost 2 friends this past week. 2 perfectly healthy people from my knowledge, and they just up and croaked. What that meant to me is do it now. Again, tomorrow not promised. You're gonna regret if you didn't do it. If you have goals, something we don't mention on this podcast enough.
We need to do a show about that.
If you have goals, again, little L's, if you keep building them up, turn to big W's.
Big ones. So
just keep being consistent, whatever you're doing. Do it from your heart. Be pure, be organic, and don't try. And be a lover of your own company, man. Which company you keep.
Enjoy yourself, man. Like, for real. Nobody's going to treat you like you're going to treat yourself.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Look,
Cognac.
Can we do a vision board show one time, man?
Absolutely.
That's big right
Absolutely.
there, man.
Absolutely. We can do whatever on this
vision board
Absolutely.
show. Hey, dig this. Coming up, I believe it's Charlotte, North Carolina. Is Charlotte, Mom? Greenville, Charlotte? What? Somewhere in the Greenville, Charlotte area. In May, we're coming down there. That's going to be our first show on the road. We're going down there to have a little conversation with little Jesse.
Perfect.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Huh?
Man, son.
Yeah.
Okay, hell yeah.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina. We're coming
Bounce
down
back, baby.
That's for all the family and people in the Greensboro area, the Charlotte area. Y'all come out and support. We're going to try and do it big. We're going to have the grills going. It's going to be a really nice show.
I want to say this, too. I'm the best male cook in the Atlanta metro area, and I'm willing to put my pants and pots against any of y'all. That's what I like to do. So, yeah.
Hey, I got his back. He said I got his back.
Yeah.
We'll challenge anybody. I got your back.
Anybody concerning
I'll be your sous chef.
Anything.
We'll do it live on Facebook.
That's the next one. Yeah.
Yeah. My man got you. He going to make some gumbo, some stuffed peppers, all that good stuff, man.
All that stuff.
Hey, you know, this is our show. We can do whatever we want, man.
Damn right.
Ain't no limits, you know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
Hey, man, we about to blow y'all minds, man. We thank y'all for sitting here and enjoying this time with us. We'll see y'all next week. Peace out.
That was dope, my nigga. That was dope.